So let's make another pasta dish na medyo mas special naman ito, o di ba? Pwede mong iserve sa darating na Valentine's next month. This is chicken parmigiana. O, di ba ang sosyal papakinggan? Pero yan ay chicken pasta lang na nilagyan ng parmesan cheese sa ibabaw. Eh paano po yan? Ang mahal po ng parmesan cheese. Pwede po bang quick melt na lang po ang ilagay ko? Pwede. So tawagin mo chicken quick melt cheese pasta. O, di ba? Kung gusto, may paraan at kung saan ka masaya. So first, let's start with the chicken. You need chicken breast fillet. So this is chicken breast fillet that I've pounded. Pinapanipis natin. Bakit? Para mabilis kainin, mabilis maluto, and flat and nice yung presentation ng iyong chicken. And also, when you pound it, mas nanunuot, mabilis kumapit yung flavors. So first, to pound it, you need a plastic. Lalagay mo sa plastic. Ayoko po ng plastic. Pwede po bang wax paper or parchment paper? Yes, pwede rin. So, kunin mo yung chicken mo, lagay mo dyan sa plastic. Okay? And then, ito, panoorin mong mabuti. You're going to pound it using a rolling pin. Wala po kasi akong mallet. Ano yung mallet? Yung pangganon ng karne. So, I use rolling pin. So, look. You just flatten it like that. Mabilis lang po yan. Kasi pag masyado namang matagal, or wag mong ilalabas ang galit mo dito. Wag dito, magmasa ka na lang ng tinapay. Kasi pag masyado kang galit, masyado mong na-pound, what will happen is, magte-tear naman yung chicken. Okay? So, you pound it like that. Katulad ng ginawa, may ginawa na kami dito kanina. And then, you season it both sides with some salt, garlic powder, and black pepper. Pwede ding pinong black pepper yung gamitin mo. I just like using yung ganitong coarse dahil mahilig ako sa black pepper. Salt, garlic powder, and black pepper. Pwede po bang walang garlic powder? Kasi wala po ako niyan. Sure, pwede. This is just optional but it really adds a lot of nice flavors. And the next na gagawin natin is the breading. First, mag-prepare ka ng breading station mo. Ayan, baliktad. Kailangan mo ng flour, eggs, and breadcrumbs. We are using fine breadcrumbs. Yung parang ginagamit po sa pandesal. So, pag pumunta ka sa grocery store, makikita mo to malapit doon sa mga tinapay. Nandun po yan. Or you can buy from baking supply stores. Pwede po ba yung malalaking breadcrumbs? Pwede din naman, but traditionally, this recipe really uses fine breadcrumbs. The first step is to season your breading with salt and pepper. Lagyan mo ng salt and pepper yung iyong breading station, and nilalagyan ko din ng konting garlic powder for added flavor. And then, yan, itos mo lang na ganyan. So, the eggs, you beat it. And then, let's start breading. So, again, one hand, pwede mong basain with the egg. The other hand should stay very clean and dry. So, let's start. Lubog mo muna sa flour. This is just all-purpose flour. Wala po akong all-purpose flour. Cake flour po ang meron ako. Do you use cake flour? Sure. You shake it, and then you dip it onto the eggs. Chef, madami po akong egg whites. Pwede po bang sa egg whites lang po ilubog yan? Pwede naman, sure. And then, onto the breadcrumbs. And using your dry and clean hand, i-coat mo lang siyang mabuti. And then, onto the plate. This one, you can prepare this ahead of time. And then, ilagay mo sa ref. Kasi actually, kung i-bread mo siya ng umaga and gabi mo pa siya gagawin, mas didikit yung kanyang breading, mas maganda siyang lutuin. Pwede nga a day in advance, o 'di ba? Para kinabukasan, kung lulutuin mo to for Valentine's Day, fresh na fresh ka. O 'di ba? So the day before, gawin mo na 'yan. Or simply, kung balak mong ipang negosyo, i-bread mo na ahead of time and then just keep it inside the fridge. Pwede po bang i-freezer? Pwede naman, pero medyo nagbabago yung quality ng breading pag na-freeze siya. Mas maganda nasa ref lang. And of course, this recipe is not only for pasta dishes. Pwede mo din tong ilagay sa gravy. Lagyan pala ng gravy. Pwede mo ding ulamin sa kanin. O, di ba? So, I'm going to continue breading all of the chicken, i-bread ko lahat yan, and then next, ipapakita ko sa inyo kung paano yan, o nahulog na yung isa, kung paano yan lutuin. And of course, after breading, dahil chicken yung aking tinrabaho dito, I need to sanitize my hands and the working table with alcohol or bleach or soap to make sure na walang cross-contamination. Okay, now, let's cook the chicken parmigiana, yung chicken muna. So, we're going to pan fry it. So, I have here a pan na pinapainit ko na. I'm going to put olive oil and good butter. May nag-comment dun sa comment section, kung may good butter, meron po bang bad butter? Meron. Meron po. Okay? And I'll just sip my mouth. Basta, this is good butter. And then, olive oil. Hindi kasi pwedeng puro butter lang, no? Masarap talaga ang butter. Magiging buttery, nutty, and mabango yung iyong chicken. Ang problema, if you use pure butter, ang mangyayari dyan, because butter is not 100% fat. It's approximately 80 to 82% fat, and then the rest, milk solids. Masusunog po yung milk solids. So, mangyayari dyan, mabilis din magba-brown at mabilis masusunog yung piniprito mo. So, you need to combine it with oil. No? So, I'm going to pan fry it. Yan, mainit-init na yung ating kawali. Put it there. Don't overcrowd. Yan, okay na yan, ganyang kadami. And then, habang pinapan fry mo yan, let's make our tomato sauce for the pasta. So, for the tomato sauce, you need oil. Magigisa ka lang ng bawang sibuyas, garlic, and onions. You season it with some salt, a bit of salt. Okay. And this is crushed tomatoes. Yun pong nabibili na nakalata. Pwede ka din naman gumamit ng tomato sauce kung ayaw mong may buo-buong tomatoes yung iyong sauce. Yung ordinary tomato sauce is fine. But me, gusto ko yung merong chunks ng tomatoes kang nakakagat-kagat para talagang mas authentic na Italian experience. Yung iba, talagang gusto nila fresh tomatoes yung gagamitin. Pwede din naman gumawa ka ng tomato sauce from scratch. Okay? Tinatansya ko lang yung aking apoy because I don't want this to burn. Okay. So this one, you saute it. And then I'm going to put dried basil. Pwede ka din gumamit ng fresh. Remember, pag fresh yung gagamitin mo, times 2. Pwede ka din gumamit ng oregano if you want. And then you just put your crushed tomatoes. And you have your homemade tomato sauce. Napakabilis. For pasta. Pinakahuli mong ilalagay, grated Parmesan cheese. Wala po akong Parmesan cheese. Pwedeng wag mong lagyan. Pero syempre, nagpapalasa yan. It adds creaminess and umami. Let's check. O yan. You want it nicely golden brown. Ito, kulang pa tong isang to. This one is nice already. Let's check the other one. So, pag kumulo na tong tomato sauce mo, just season it with some salt and pepper. Pepper. And then some salt. This is ready. Now, itutuloy ko lang yung pagpapan fry dito. Pagka naluto na siya, ilalagay ko dito sa aking cooling rack para yung excess oil ay tumulo. No? Hindi kasi pwede itong ilagay sa colander dun sa iyong malalim na cooling rack kasi pag nagpatong-patong sila, magproproduce ng steam. Masisira yung iyong breading. So, you want to put it on a flat surface. Kung wala ka namang ganito, pwedeng sa iyong pan, lagyan mo lang ng konting paper towel or kung gusto mo mag-recycle ng brown paper para doon tumagas yung mantika. So, I'm going to continue pan frying this. Tatapusin ko lahat yan. And then, I'm going to show you next kung paano sineset up itong chicken parmesan pasta. So, I'm almost finished pan frying my chicken. Makikita mo. So, pagkatapos mo magprito ng isang batch, mapapansin mo, yung pan mo is magkakaganito yan. Before you fry another batch, you need to clean it. Hindi mo na po yan huhugasan. Kumuha ka lang ng paper towel, and then using the paper towel, tanggalin mo yung mga natusta na breadcrumbs. Okay? Because pag hindi mo yan nilinis, and nagluto ka ng next batch, ang mangyayari, yung dulong batch mo is sobrang itim na po. Okay? So that's how you clean your pan before frying or pan frying another batch. And then I have here spaghetti that I've cooked until al dente. And then ganito yung pagpiplate niyan. So kumuha ka lang ng konting sauce, lagyan mo yung lagay mo sa ibabaw ng pasta mo. Okay? And then you get chicken. Lagay mong ganyan. O, di ba parang ang special talaga. I have here quick melt cheese. Ipatong mo sa ibabaw ng chicken mo. You can also use mozzarella cheese or any cheese na mabilis matunaw, and then parmesan cheese. Parmesan cheese. What I'm going to do here, ipapasok ko to sa loob ng oven. I-broil ko hanggang mag-melt yung cheese. Wala po kaming oven, wala po kaming broiler. Pwedeng ipasok mo sa oven toaster or i-microwave mo lang saglit hanggang matunaw yung keso. Okay? So, ipapasok ko to saglit sa broiler and then papakita ko sa inyo pagka tunaw na yung cheese. So, ngayon, hahanguin ko na yung ating chicken parmesan pasta na binroil ko. Yan, you see, medyo dumulas lang yung cheese. Pero tong isa maganda. Ayan, see? O, diba? Ang ganda ng effect. And wala po talaga akong oven. Yung oven toaster po namin, medyo maliit po. Hindi kasya yung pan. Meron ako ditong sinalang sa microwave. Maganda naman siya. Nag-melt pa din yung cheese. Pwede mo pa siyang initin further. Pero ang mahalaga is nag-melt yung cheese. You want that effect. Ayaw mo ng pasta, edi pwedeng i-partner mo yan sa kanin. Ganun pa din, the chicken, the tomato sauce, the cheese, i-broil mo or i-microwave mo hanggang matunaw yung cheese. wala kang Parmesan cheese, ayaw mo ng Parmesan cheese, and you use quick melt cheese. Diba? You call it chicken quick melt. O, diba? And then I'm going to try. Dito ko kukuha sa microwave because when I tested the recipe, you will see, oh, how nicely melted the cheese is. Nandun pa din talaga yung effect. When I tested the recipe, eto, gantong-ganto. So, yan yung sinubukan ko nun. Eto naman yung microwaved. Yung pasta, you really keep it just plain, na tomato sauce lang, hindi kailangan very flavorful because ang habol mo dito is the marriage of the chicken, the pasta, and the cheese. Hindi dapat ma-overpower, walang masyadong malakas na flavor. Pag kinain mo sila ng sabay-sabay, nandun yung harmony. O, di ba? The texture is there. Yung chicken may crunch pa din, maski papano. The cheese. And of course, the pasta and the flavor is so good. Meron akong candle dito. Meron akong wine. Ano pa ba kulang? Mukhang ang kulang na lang ay ka-date. O, diba? So, prepare this dish. Make any day, every day extra special. And make someone feel extra special. Cheers!